Looking for information on the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world Season 2? Well, you have come to the right place. In light of the surge in the number of isekai shows, fans were looking forward to something interesting coming in the recent slates. And that was when this genius of the story was launched in the public domain. With a successful season ending this April, the wait for the new season is drawing slim. The following sections have all the updates about the next season for you. Studio Blanc's anime was quite successful in 2023, and the fans are looking forward to the new season. Will there be the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world Season 2? The novel series first came out in 2018, paving the way for the new light novel series. As of now, only 5 volumes of the LN have come out in the public domain. It was on April 1st, 2023, that the last episode of the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world was released on all of the platforms. And the fans had been expecting some kind of official updates from the makers on the same. It is evident with the halt of the shows when we get any kind of an unofficial tease to the next season. The plot still has a lot of scope for the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world Season 2. However, there was no hint from any of the creators about the next season. Right now, it is safe to say that the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world Season 2 has not been renewed officially. However, that does not mean that the show will not be getting any renewal. There are all the chances of seeing a new season come to life in the coming months. Here is an analysis of how soon Season 2 can be on the floors again. Also read 13 Best Exorcism Anime That You Must Watch If You Like Jujutsu Kaisen. A quick glance at the ranking of the episodes of this isekai will tell us that fans surely need the second season. From the upvotes on discussion threads to the ranking of each of the episodes, all numbers suggest that the popularity of this show was pretty high at its prime. This is the sole reason that there should be a new season very soon. Now let's speak numbers. On IMDb, the current rating of the overall season is as high as 7.1 stars out of 10. The same is the case with the Mal numbers. On the My Anime List platform, the users have rated the show as high as 7.2 stars out of 10. More than 77,000 users have engaged with the content on the platform. This surely is a big number. However, it is noteworthy that the sale of the manga is something that is a highlight of the matter. Until December 2022, the series has 1 million copies in circulation. Thus, the hopes of getting Season 2 can be raised once again. The animation company named for the production of the season is Studio Blanc. Found in 2008, the firm has been in operation since 2011. So far, only a few shows have come out of the studio. This highlights the lack of labor and funds for the company. Only 5 anime and 3 OVA were released in the last decade. Of late, only 2 shows came out in 2023. And a new one is lined up for the future. Thus, it is safe to say that the company does not struggle with a stringent schedule. Reports suggest that there are only 25 employees in this firm. As a result of this, the production process will take up more time. However, there would not be any production issue in the renewal of the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world Season 2. It is only a matter of time before the production and voicing begin once again. Currently watching the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. pic.twitter.com/m8pkojs. More than the anime, it is the source material that has a bigger calling from the fans. A lot of the fans have already read the web novel and tend to discuss the plot and spoilers for the next season. For a frame of reference, the light novel by Kiichi Kozuzu first came out in 2019. But originally, the The story is a novel series that was launched in December 2018. However, it was the 2020 manga that posed as the source material for the story. As for the adaptation, the first season of 13 episodes has only used up about 5 volumes from the manga. And the anime is true to the source material in terms of chronology and arcs. The manga has a total of 6 volumes. However, the content itself is complete, as both the LN and the novel series are present for the story's reference. There is no lack of source material for Season 2. The entire story of the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world is about the evidently strongest character, BMC. Being the strongest Onmyoji user, this man was under the radar for the longest of years. However, things are quick to change for him. After coming back as Seika, the man finds that his previous powers are too superior for a world like this. As a result of this, his new quest is to use those powers again and take revenge on the people who had killed him in his past life. The revenge isekai continues, and we see that Seika has to face a lot of struggles while losing a lot of the powers that he once had. By the end of the season, we see that Emu is not happy with her decision to continue the university. However, it is now the time for the new adventure to begin. Seika and Amu are to find more interesting routes to visit. The trading of demons and devils is something that will be of utmost importance in the next season. Thus, it will be interesting to see what the rest of the story holds in store for the fans up ahead in the Reincarnation of the Strongest Exorcist in Another World, Season 2. In conclusion, it is safe to say that it is too early to expect a renewal in this year. There won't be any news from the makers, at least in the Reincarnation of the Strongest Exorcist in Another World, Season 2. Thus, the next year will be completely dedicated to production and animation if the fans are willing to receive a new season. All in all, 2025 has all the chances of bringing the new season to the floors. And Crunchyroll will be airing all the episodes for the fans. Thus, keep an eye on the Anime Daily to get all the updates on this right here.